All right, good afternoon and good evening, everybody. It's Rod with POW Group, doing a private member live stream. Happy Friday. We'll just do a quick ticker request session. So if you have any tickers, make sure to drop them in the private chat room in Slack. And we'll get started here, just taking a look at the cryptocurrency market. So I don't know if I said it already, but it's Friday. I'm pretty happy that it's Friday. February 11th. Can't believe it's already almost 2 weeks into February. It's mind-blowing. So it's warming up here in Edmonton, which is pretty awesome. It's a little windy here today, but I think I'm going to go see an Oilers game here a little bit later on. It starts at 7 p.m. local time, so that should be fun. But taking a look at crypto here, it has seemed to have stabilized, and Bitcoin's working on a 15-minute uptrend. So we had the low here and the high working on the higher low. And if we break this resistance here at the 43,150 level, then we're going to confirm that 15-minute uptrend. But it's looking like we could see a bit of a tightening range here with about 13 minutes left in the broader market as well, the S&P 500. So we are bouncing off of this support trend line, and we were looking at a double top, which was perfectly set up there for anybody that were looking to take a short position to top fish that opportunity. And obviously we rejected there on the cup and handle attempt. So bears poured in at that point, and then we saw follow through to that uptrend confirmation line. But we're just going to be watching, see if we can close over 442. That's what I was looking for. I typed that out to the chat room a couple minutes ago, and it looks like we're on our way there. So if we can form a little bit of a lower wick here, that can give us some confidence that we could potentially see a daily inside bar into Monday, and we hold that support trend line, and then we bounce into next week, and we come up to resistance somewhere around that 457 area. And we're going to be watching that double top. We got as high as 457.88. It wasn't an exact double top, but pretty close. And a lot of people were watching that for a potential double top coming off the low there from 420 all the way to 58. That was quite the move in about a week and a half, I think it was. And if we take a look, it's about 10%. So we lost 10%, we gained 10%. And double top into 2 days of daily consolidation. So brutal attempt for anybody that was looking to catch the bull flag. But the way you could have done it, just to show everybody the trade setup, you could have drawn this out. And you said, okay, as long as we hold the, just taking a look here, as long as we hold 452.57, then it's still a potential daily bull flag. And what we want to see on a cup and handle is we want to see the cup, and then we want to see a bull flag, so daily consolidation as the handle, and it needs to hold the 0.382. And that means it's just a bull flag or a bear flag. Depending on how you use the Fibonacci's, you can use them on the downside on downtrending setups, and you can use them on the upswing for uptrends as well. But we are bouncing. We're trying to get over 442 here with 11 minutes left in the day. So like I said, that's what I'll be watching for into the end of the day here. And if we take a look at some of our sectors here, let's take a look at some of the movers and shakers across the board. So MVMD, AMD, C-Day leading the decline today. Quite a bit of red out there. Balanced with a little bit of green, so gold and precious metals have been seeing a nice bid action, seems a nice bid action today. CWeb, I called that one out quite a while ago. Still performing fairly well. This one's delayed though, so I don't actually pay for that TSX data. Used to, might have to add it on again. But I usually just look at the Neo exchange as well, and that one's in real time. So that's a little tip that you can be aware of, but I'd be careful on CWeb at the moment. CWeb is getting extended here. We're getting overextended on the RSI. Let's take a look at the RSI level on the day today. We're sitting at 76.71, so not terrible. We could go a bit higher from here, as I mentioned. To private members, we had no resistance all the way up until 268 there on the daily chart. But wouldn't be surprised if we saw a daily inside bar into next week, or if we do push higher and we close near the top and we see a potential gap up and some FOMO, we're going to be watching for a potential inside bar if we do form an upper wick here into Monday. But if we do close near the high, we could potentially gap up and then come into daily consolidation. But it just depends on how high we gap up. If we start to close with a upper wick, then we're going to expect a potential daily inside bar, given the range of this candle is quite large. We're dealing with about a 12% candle range, so it could tighten up into next week, and we could just zoom into the hourly, and we could see hourly consolidation. If we lose the hourly uptrend, that's going to give us confidence that the daily consolidation is likely coming. But we don't even really have any clear support on the hourly until down at 152. So just be cautious on any entries here. If you are looking for a position, I'd likely be waiting for daily consolidation. Even here, when we had this consolidation from $1.28 to $1.26, that's not much daily consolidation and pullback. So we want to be a little bit cautious, because the last time we consolidated on the daily was down here at 106. So we could easily pull back from these levels 45% and just be looking for a daily higher low. If we look at the actual EMAs here, we could see a pullback of about 25%, 24% just to EMA 12. So we definitely need to be mindful of that. And like I said, getting overbought and just a little hot right now. So if you're looking for entries, I would look for a higher low somewhere in that 150 area, more than likely. And I see we have quite a few people on. So hi, Rita. Thanks for joining us. BMMJ, sure. So we are a daily inside bar. I've been saying for a while that the small caps are probably not going to move a whole lot until the tier ones are done moving. And if we take a look at the tier ones, we had CGC running quite a bit after earnings. So the attention right now is just on the more tier one large cap names, right? And Canopy in a clear daily uptrend, very, very strong at the moment. And like I said, a lot of interest getting back into the space. We could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross there on CGC, which would indicate more upside. So we just need to be aware that, we're likely going to see the tier ones get as much FOMO into them as possible. They'll get a little bit extended, in my opinion. And then we'll see, BAM or these Love's another one, Canara, Biotech, or BAM. We might see them start to gain some attention, right? And taking a look at CGC. Once CGC tops out, like I said, we can see some potential profit taking into the smaller caps. But back on that thought that I had earlier, if CGC is still going up, each day 5%, well, BAM might be up 1 or 2%. And today, here we are up, 0.5% or 1%. So we're still trending upwards. If you look at the last few days, the overall trend is up, but we're a daily inside bar here today. So resistance at 25 must break to continue the daily bounce. And we want to hold support there at 24 cents. But we've got a big range here from the drop at 22 all the way to 31. So we're likely going to be stuck in this range for quite a while. And like I said, we could see the EMAs on CGC cross here bullish. So once these cross bullish and then we start daily consolidation on the daily pullback on Canopy, then at that time what we could potentially see is some funds come into BMMJ, and then these EMAs start to line up for its bull cross. And then, like I said, we start to see a little bit of profit taking from the swing traders and the day traders from the tier one names, and then they start to focus on the lower cap names that don't need a lot of money to move them, and then it's a lower risk for them. They're using a lot less dollar capital, and they're just looking for a laggard play in some of those smaller cap and micro cap names. So hopefully that helps. But like I said, not really much to see here. EMA 12 has been rejecting BAM for quite a while. And we even had a couple tests of EMA 26. So we can just say that we haven't really closed over the EMAs since back here at about 45 cents at that double top, when then we rolled over for another leg lower. But ever since then, we have yet to be able to close. Look here, we got above the EMAs, and then we got knocked right back down, and we closed around 33 cents. So we tried to get over it, and then we pulled back 15%, try to get over it, pulled back another 15%, try to get over it, pulled back another 12%, try to get over here and pulled back another 25%. So it's been clear resistance there. Basically, if you just sell at the top of all of these moves and buy back below those EMAs, you would win every time. Or if people are looking to short, you could have shorted that, you could have shorted that, you could have shorted that. As soon as it touched that EMA, that white line, that EMA 26. And here we are again. We tried it again. We got above it, but we didn't close the candle above it. And then here we are down almost another 15%. So what we'll want to see is a daily candle close over EMA 26. That hasn't happened since we rolled over. Like, look at all these, again, huge drop and close below, huge drop and close below. And then we had a little bit of a fake out here. We closed above it. And then we had the double top, and that's when we broke that range, right? And we fell over. So if we just take a look at the range, actually I already had it drawn out like that. So that was the range that we were looking for. And then look at the brutal bull trap, right? Well, actually it was a double fake. It was, we dropped, we lost support by, not even a penny, basically a double bottom. And then we went up, everybody thought we were going, we were going bullish. And then it was a double top at 45, and then we got the real move, and the real move was down because that was the direction that the sector was going, and SPY had that 10% pullback. So all the negatives aside, some positives. We're looking at the S&P 500 to continue bouncing, so that's looking good now that we have that correction out of the broader market. That's looking good for MJ stocks. But like I said, just watching for a close on Hexo above 70 cents. And then we have the 50-day moving average there at 72. So that's going to be strong resistance. Last time we were above it was that 755 area USD, and it's been rejecting ever since. So now that we're in a daily uptrend, a close over that 50-day moving average would mean we're likely heading up to the 100-day up at 116. But want to see us close over the 10-week moving average, which is sitting at 0.70, and we're at 0.71. Seeing more volume. Yep, absolutely. Hopefully that helps, Rita. Steve, how you doing, man? How is SU looking? Quite a jump today. Let's take a peek. I do have to run in a few minutes, but we'll take a look at SU. Usually I follow the NYSE because it has more volume, but yeah, we had a lack of resistance all the way up to 30.51, which is the high of this move all the way down to March 2020 lows. Yep. So we're testing that psychological 30 level. We need to be cautious of what SPY just did. So if we think about what SPY just did, it had a double top, right? And we've seen this move before. And then it tried to do a cup and handle and saved it. But SPY could be due for a bounce. Like I said, want to see it close over, I said 440 or around 442, but here we are at 441 with how many seconds? Half a minute left. So it's going to be interesting. I said 442 would be great, form that lower wick, but we're still holding that lower wick at the moment. And yeah, we'll just watch this. We'll count this out. 23 seconds. SU's looking fairly similar though. We got pretty close, 30.51. We had 30.26. So it came within about 27 cents. And then, like I said, what if we see weakness in SPY, or if we follow SPY, we could potentially see daily consolidation and a move of about 5% down, maybe between 5 and 10%. I would expect likely around 5%. I'd like to see us close near the high of the day today. We are getting close to that upper Bollinger Band. You can see here it's been rejecting the price for quite some time. We had a bit of a bull trap there into daily consolidation, but we lost the daily uptrend, and then we had a daily bull flag here that was confirming, and now we are holding that support. So we had tiny higher low there at 28.05, not much of one at all. So we knew to be looking for daily consolidation. And holding the EMA 12 here as support. And like I said, more than likely going to close the day here in a daily inside bar into next week. So we could just see a range. That's a pretty big range on the day as well for SU. Looking at it, almost 4% range. So it could just tighten up into next week. But SPY closed at 440.49. So we still have a little bit of a lower wick there on the daily, which is good to see, and holding that support trend line. And like I said, if we see a daily inside bar on SPY and tightening range, not much movement on Monday, That could mean that SU more than likely experiences the same, but nice strength today, up over almost 4.5%. So yeah, definitely a good day for SU. In terms of the weekly chart, yeah, we're looking good. It's looking ready to pop. Where's the weekly moving averages? So we're above all the weekly moving averages as well. This thing looks ready to go. Like I said, I think everything's going to be back to normal. Mandates, restrictions, I've been saying that for a while. It'll probably be back to normal by the summertime, if not 90%. And then this time next year, it'll be a complete thing of the past, pandemic over completely, in my opinion. And if that means that we start to loosen up into the summer here, energy and recovery plays are going to have a nice move. And we even had an algo alert go off on AC on Air Canada. And Air Canada, since the algo alert went off, we're up like 20%. Yeah, about 20%. So it's looking good. I could see SU following suit, having a nice move here into the summer. Taking a look at the daily time frame, though, we had that golden cross back here, right, at the first week of November, 1st of November, 2nd of November. Finally started to cross bullish. So if you would have entered here on this pullback, and we even held support here perfectly. It supported $22 right on the money. And then we got down to, what's the low here? 22.22. So a lot of 22s, a lot of twos in there. But really low risk entry, right? You could have said, okay, we're forming a higher low here. And then we had the bull cross lining up of the golden cross. And then you said, okay, I'm going to look to load up here and put my stop below that 22 support, which was acting as resistance before, and then it turned into support, perfect level and floor to be looking for. So just bottom fishing that $22, even if you put your stop under 22, if you're a little bit less risky, or even if you put it under $20, right? Psychological risk $2, and here we are at $30, right? So that's a $10 to the upside versus risking $2, right? So that's a really good risk to reward ratio. But it held the 50-day moving average on that pullback as well on SU at 25, and also a nice round psychological number of $25, right? We had previous tops there around 25, and again, previous resistance, previous major level of resistance. Look how far back we pulled back from there, right? We went all the way from $25 all the way down to 16. So clear resistance, and now it's turned into strong support. And also the 50-day moving average. So there was a lot of confluence there in that area. You're welcome. Nice. Bought at 15.50, took some profits at 34, was holding to the rest, 46. Nice. Yeah, take some profits. That's always good. At least try to get out your initial investment if you can, especially if you're up big on some names, right? Like FEB, for example, casing point. FEB up almost 100% now. That low at 102. At 95%. Crazy. All right, going to end it there. I don't see any more ticker requests. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Like I said, going to the Oilers game here this evening. Going to try to anyway. A little tired, but jet lag still from the trip, and then been working all week, and my condo is getting renovated at the moment. The bathroom had to be repaired, a pipe in there, so the wall needed to come out anyway. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll have some pictures of the game later on. They play the New York Islanders tonight, so that should be good. All right, have a great night, and have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.